It's the official NRL Fantasy Podcast.
Hello and welcome. It is the official NRL Fantasy Podcast. Teamless Tuesday for round 2 is here. I'm Paulie G, Luke Seifleet, Andrew Molinaroli. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here. I love
back.
it. I love it. Yep. Bring it on.
This is
He
good.
comes for the important episodes.
Yep.
I feel like whenever Manly win, you guys are coming
Oh.
and grinning,
Yeah, of
happy
course.
to be here.
Footy's
It was a
back.
pretty big
How good is
win
it?
too.
It was great.
Mate, got to take your wins when you can.
What did we think of the round overall? I thought that Thursday night game threw up a few scores that maybe I didn't expect. Guys like Shibasaki.
Well, I think that Rob, the Toya one straight off in the first 5 minutes, just
He's a good player.
mate, he's a great player.
Well,
The rain scared me off.
that
some of those
scared me too.
outside
I feel like that killed Reece Walsh's score a little bit, but yeah,
Roosters centres.
yeah.
Well,
Wow.
to quote someone, Shiba, right?
And then the Broncos. But what is it? Is it sustainable from Shiba? I mean, we've never seen him do this before. He's had plenty of chances.
I think it'll be tough.
Broncos expect
Raiders.
the unexpected,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, us played well. Jesse Arthurs.
Sure did.
Of course he is. I've always been a fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Jack Koszewski. Wow.
Okay, let's.
You
my
surprised,
Polish
you surprised
friend.
me with that one.
Well,
but
you know,
yeah,
I've got to stick with my
We-
brethren.
we were go-
Multicultural round's coming up. Maybe we better interview him.
That's it.
let's get Moretti on the show, mate.
All right. And some of those teams that underwhelmed, like the Eels, the Cowboys, this is a worry if you invested. I mean, Kelma Tuolangi's already gone, spoiler alert.
I think Iongi's good. The fullback from Eels, I think he's good.
I think he's
Got-
good. Yeah,
he-
He'll be
himself.
right. He'll be right. I think he's in for a big one this
he was
week.
one of their best.
Yeah.
He was one of their best.
Not to
In
hype
a
it up too
badly
much,
beaten
Paul.
team.
That Tigers Eels games are going to be outstanding.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the Eels have got a
Is
bounce
it too early
back
to say must win for both teams?
Must win. I don't think it is. I think it's a massive. I think it's must win.
Yeah, it might be must win.
We might have
for-
to dim the lights
for
again
West
next Tuesday. I think
Tigers.
for Paulie, depending on who wins or loses,
I'm
mate.
pretty confident.
I think you
too
should
worried.
be.
I'm not too
I think you
worried.
should be. You got your full spine back. So
West
it's-
Tigers,
yeah.
they should have won that game, right? And the Knights players that I invested in, like Bradman, Best and Dylan Lucas, I expected more out of them, even though Lucas had that one big run.
Yeah.
But really, like Best probably had his worst game in 3 years.
Be steady, hold. He'll be right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Bradman
Ponga
best.
was
He'll be
good,
fine.
Bradman Best, mate.
Yeah,
He'll be
of course.
fine.
Turbo was good.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
But again, not to be disrespectful, but like Newcastle could not play it any worse.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And
if
look,
you've got
and look at
Knights
those
guys,
baseline scores. I mean, they're only going to get better.
You've got Knights guys
For
who are
me.
okay. What about Alex Seyfarth on the other side? He got
Okay,
the HIA.
that's a valid
But
concern.
He could be a trade.
Yeah, he
right?
could be.
If you don't have too many other holes
Yeah.
that you got to fill, you're looking pretty good. But one of these guys that's going to make a lot of money is sitting there
Yeah.
outside your 21. I would be happy to move Seyfarth.
That's almost the theme of the round this week. I think for me is who not to play and who to play. Because if you're going to hold on to some of these people that you got,
How they're going to go?
how are they going to go, and are you going to be able to play them? Because that's really what happened last week, right? Because a lot of people either held Tyre and they didn't play him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you had to
Tamale,
take
yeah.
Metcalf's score.
And then they might have played a Fermor or
Yeah.
a Stafford Toa. Well, that
Well,
worked out. Toa's been named.
or look at Duffy.
So
Duffy in an absolute belting.
Yeah.
He got a half decent score.
Half-decent
Sand
score.
Smith the same.
well, that last minute,
Yeah, but still,
Came good.
a score's a score, mate.
Score.
people were sweating. That's why you don't go off too early,
That's right.
If you're
Don't
watching
go
a
off too
game,
early.
just relax
All I have.
till the 80th minute.
All I have.
Meanwhile, Metcalf gone.
I don't need these text messages and don't
gone.
at me in the
He's
55th
gone.
minute. You can at me in the 80th.
That's it.
And then that Dolphins South game, I think we need to talk about.
Yep.
Because there was a lot that happened there, right? You've got the Gilbert scenario,
The Hubner scenario.
the Hubness scenario, the Mamazelos scenario,
Yep.
and obviously Humphreys.
Humphreys, yeah.
So
Humphreys
a
is
lot,
third.
A lot.
Third.
Humphreys
It breaks my heart watching him play, so breaks my heart.
Humphreys is going to be the. I've got a
Pick of the week.
maybe a hot take, but I think he might be the most traded in play league purely
Yeah.
because of his break even. But again,
Yeah.
I'll only warn. There's a certain Englishman on the extended bench there, and I just
yeah,
we
you
know
spoiler
the super coach, mate. He's
Spoiler
always
alert.
one step ahead of
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah,
and he
keeping
knows everyone's watching that team list too.
Yeah.
Well,
Keeping everyone on their toes.
Can you
That's-
imagine if he's like in the 1 hour team list and he's in the 17? Can you imagine,
well,
can you imagine the panic?
This is why it's a good segue, Wayne.
Do they have another hooker on the bench?
They got Sullivan. But Sullivan's not really. He's
Yeah.
kind of just everywhere.
He
a little
couldn't
bit.
play hooker, could he? Because he had to play in the outside back
That's right.
because of the injury to Munro. And You know,
Yeah.
shout out to the Munro owners
Yeah.
because
Yep.
that hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's just unlucky.
Ryan Couchman owners. That hurt.
That hurt. That one.
Yeah,
hurt.
feel for him.
He's a great young player.
Really feel for
Yeah,
him.
meant more minutes for his brother.
Yep.
Wow, what a score, 70-odd minutes.
Yep.
So that game, I thought the Bulldogs, I thought it would have been, even though the score ended up close, I thought it would have actually been much closer.
Same.
But that's their kind of game. They're the grinding style team now.
Yeah.
They're not going to blow you off. They're not going to blow people out. And they will, but their
Yeah.
identity is just grind people out.
Yeah.
Grind people out.
Yeah, well, I mean, the game was won, and then the Dragons came back. So,
Yeah.
like, it's
And
yeah,
the Dragons have a bit of a must-win game as well. You talk about West
100%.
Tigers.
Yep.
That's a big game for
100%.
them. All right, let's talk about this week. Let's look at the team lists in a bit of details. Knights and Dolphins. We talked a bit about Newcastle. A gritty win is probably the best way to describe it. Not necessarily a good one.
And the town's buzzing too.
But
with
the
news.
town's
The town's buzzing with the news.
So we haven't have we got that official? We don't know yet.
What's that, Dylan Brown? No, it's official, isn't it? Is that what you mean?
I'm not sure.
Well, they're buzzing
We're
anyway.
waiting.
They're buzzing
We're
regardless.
waiting-
There you
We're
go.
waiting for Marty to write the article.
They're
I think.
buzzing. They're buzzing
Something- yeah.
regardless.
Check NRL.com, it's on site.
There you go.
Oh well, they're buzzing regardless. There you go. So we're all good.
What about Kalen Ponga?
Well, it's all again. If it's not about that, it's all about Ponga.
Greg Marju, he was good.
He was good, and he'll get better, mate. His usual tackle breaks, he'll score some more tries.
He's making money.
Yeah.
He's making
Yeah.
money.
Making money.
I missed out on him last year, and I didn't pick him up this
He's
year.
a great shout.
He's,
Again, I think him and Tamale. I think Tamale is pretty much Marju
2.0.
2.0.
We'll get to the
It's a great
Raiders.
shout. So yeah, I'm
If
expecting.
you
a
got
big,
the Knights players, you're happy.
Yep.
Except maybe Bradman
I'm
Best, but
expecting a
you're
big
thinking
bounce
a
back
hold
this week.
if people like.
I'd be
me to
holding. That'd be. I think again, I'm not going to go on a rant, but I think that'd be very responsible flicking Best straight away.
What about the Dolphins team? Obviously, they were Cyclone Alfred.
Yep,
Really
yep.
I feel like that result you can't really look into.
So two key factors with the Dolphins we talked about before we came
Mm-hmm.
on here. The HIA to Finniwaki, right?
Yeah, well, he's out.
He's out, but
So is
also,
Lemieux.
again, Gilbert again is very, very exciting.
He might move to the edge though if Keely and Plath. are
That's
gonna play
right.
edge.
So we don't again because of
his
those
PPM could come
HIAs
Yeah,
and Kafusi had to come back on.
yeah. So Kafusi could play edge as well. There's a few options for the new coach.
And,
there, Christian Wood.
and Nichols is a bit like Alex Twell. He chews a lot of minutes for teams too.
he
So
can
it's-
do, and he's back off the bench.
That's just something you got to factor in. I mean, I'm a big Gilbert guy. I like
Yeah, I
Four
like him too.
forwards on the bench.
Yeah, I know, but I think Gilbert. Again, I'm repeating last week's
Predict
take.
has
But,
him over 50.
well, there you go. Answered your own question.
Yeah, he's not a bad trade.
Don't go against
No,
the
I
Would
mean,
you
I'll-
do it, or
I'll-
would you just wait one more week?
I'd try to get him in. I'd try to get him in.
He's in the top 5. Right,
yeah,
now,
he's
trading
yeah.
targets this week.
Especially with the captain now, he's got that extra responsibility
Yeah.
coming back
And he's
from
a
injury.
hard worker.
He's a hard worker.
So fantasy
he's
through and through.
He's an absolute goer.
Yeah.
Forget CP13, TG13.
Yeah.
That's, you guys are on fire.
Warriors and the Seagulls. Let's talk about that game because the Warriors need to bounce back in many ways.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
They need to find a way to score points.
Yeah, as a Manly fan, I like seeing RTS on the wing.
Yeah.
I love
crazy.
I love Chansey, but I just don't know how
Okay, let's
you
just get-
can't put
let's just-
RTS at
Yeah.
fullback.
Let's just get the awkward part out of the way. Is Metcalf a sell, yes or no?
I've pulled the trigger.
Paulie, you're the deciding vote.
By in round 5, break even's creeping up. It could be worse, but even if he lost 4 more points, like even if he just got to 25, like makes it really tricky because
What's
you're going to
he-
have to have a really good score to get that price moving in the right
So what-
direction.
What's he going to do this weekend? That's my
Predictor
concern.
says 40.
I think
40
he-
puts him back up, but only $2,000 from where he's now, so still behind from last.
Okay, so
But
that's
you're
what
delaying the
we need.
inevitable.
We need the raw numbers there.
You're
So-
delaying
And then
the
they've got to
inevitable.
play the Roosters.
And I'll ask the people out there who are watching, listening to this. What was your original intention for buying him?
Well, I thought he could get 50s.
That's right.
Yes.
But your intention for buying him was to make money off him,
I thought I could
And
see
then
what KO
upgrade him,
Weeks did last
and
year.
then upgrade him after round five, right,
Yeah,
and flick him to someone else.
Similar player,
Yeah.
right? He's
Yeah.
going to get the kicking duty. He's
Kick
also
meters,
fast,
yeah.
so he can score those long-range tries.
Yeah, it
And
was
I
a
thought the
real worry.
combination of factors would mean, but he didn't get the kicking meters.
Because the most popular trade
CHT
this
did.
week is going to be him to Humphries, right?
So the danger of that is Warriors play second. That's what we're talking about him now.
Yep.
Whereas Souths play fourth. So
Yep.
if Lewis Dodd is that 1 hour before kickoff comes in and Humphries goes to 14,
Yeah,
you can't reverse the trade.
Yeah.
You will get a chance to have a look, though, at the 3 p.m. on Friday, right? Because it cuts down to 19, the South's one. So Warriors game at 6 p.m. Australian and Eastern Daylight Saving
Can you
time.
imagine if Wayne keeps him in the cut down list too?
Well, if he keeps him in the cut-down list, I wouldn't be going Metcalf to Humphries.
want
Find another way.
abort mission?
Go Metcalf,
Abort mission?
Metcalf to someone else, and maybe, like, for me, went Kobe Hetherington.
Okay.
The trap, he turned out to be the trap. You know, Longy was right. You know, so I'll probably do Hetherington
Yeah.
to Humphries.
So basically have those
because
notifications.
the Brisbane games are.
So have those notifications on the app and just be like, yep, straight away, reverse.
Nah, stand by it. Pull the trigger. Get rid of him.
Well, you already got him.
He's
what a
gone.
masterstroke. Absolute
Masterstroke.
masterstroke.
Well, yeah. I talked you out of it. It's my fault. I talked you off it. So
You
I'll take
can't. You've helped
responsibility.
me out so many times, and I'm my own person. I could have made
That's
the
right.
call.
Your own decision.
It was
That's
my own
right.
decision. End of the day, Mitch Barnett. There's a lot of people went and got him thinking great alternative to
Well,
Owen Haas, but he wasn't.
The great man Tom
right.
Leake's got Mitch Barnett, so there you
Lots
go.
of people. TK's got.
I'm
Mitch
expecting
Barnett.
a big one from him this week.
Yeah,
Big
he'll
one.
bounce back.
They're again.
So he needs to go large.
Their forwards
Their
will
forwards
go.
are fine,
Their
yeah.
forwards will go large. That's not the problem.
Okay.
The problem is that can they score off the platform?
Yeah, well, that's been the problem for a while now,
Yeah.
right? Because Johnson wasn't the same player.
Because they're going up against a very
And they struggle.
versatile and very
What a
big
game.
pack.
Yep.
That's the problem.
What a game last week by Manly. James Fisher-Harris, if people took a punt on him because
You
they
probably need one more week out. If you,
Oh, you
Yeah,
sure?
you
Or
wait.
you just
You
get
wait
rid of
with
him?
him. You wait with him.
I reckon you get rid of him.
no.
I don't think he's going to.
Trades are too valuable, Paulie.
I don't think he's making the
what
right
if
amount of
he gets a captain's knock and he goes 55 minutes?
He could go
The
large.
coach said in the presser, this is his max minute.
And
He's
also,
maxed out.
too, they could be looking down the barrel 0 and 2 as well.
Corey Horsburgh's sitting there, and you're going to keep JFH. I think that's madness.
The great man spoke, and there you go.
Manly, Tom Turbo Trebojevic. Who here, hands up, has him?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I did.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
wish I did.
Wish I
well
did.
done, Luke.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
But I got Garrick.
Well,
I got Garrick, yes.
full disclosure, I would have gotten Ponga, but he was 30k more.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
that's
fit
what
him
I
in.
thought. I thought Turbo a little bit cheaper. I had him all
I went Reece
pre-season.
Walsh over Tom.
Everyone that watches our,
yeah.
which is listens to our show, I say all the time, I always go one gun wing fullback and I
Yeah, it was
load the
good.
rest. So.
Yeah, I got Reece Walsh. I went him. Yeah. So they've still got
he'll be
Garrick.
right. He'll
And
be-
Ola Kawadu, shout out to Ross.
Yep.
That was a great shout.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Good
so the
shout.
three of those guys.
I mean,
are
I'd
good.
have all the Manly players if I could. but-
Except Jazz, right?
Yeah.
So the Jazz Club is officially closed. I'm putting it up. I know I was like keen on the Jazz this year because I was obviously there's no Cardi Party anymore. He's not, I don't know, MIA. So
Well, you're on the Humphries bandwagon now. You were in pre-season.
I've got
so.
to come up. Well, maybe I'm on the Jacob Preston one. We'll
Okay.
get to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jazz Club closed.
Okay,
So,
Jazz Club closed. All right.
Yeah. Talau in the reserves, so keep an eye on that. Panthers Roosters.
Oh, dear.
We thought this was going to be a great game, right? When the draw came out last year.
Yeah.
Like last year. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's why Channel 9 have
Well,
gone, we'll
two
take
heavyweights.
that round 2.
I mean,
8
they're still
o'clock
two
Friday
heavyweights.
night.
Still two big
They are
clubs.
heavyweights. Yeah. Just different stages of their
Yeah.
heavyweight career.
So for Penrith, I own Jack Cole. A lot of people
Yes,
would, right?
yes.
So you're just hoping that he can pull off a decent score. I think Ben Hunt got 48, I think it was, around that.
Yep.
Last week in the left half position, so maybe Jack Cole can do something similar.
Yep.
Are we talking captains this week,
Do
Paulie,
you
for
want
this?
to pick Nathan Cleary as captain this week?
Yes, I think it's a set and
You'd
forget.
be very, very
This is the one
dangerous
where he
person
could
not to
get a
put the C
9.
on him.
It's either this one or we'll talk about later, but AFB against the Cowboys. But yeah,
Yep.
I'm going to.
Oh, that's good. That's all.
I'm going to captain.
I'm going tried, true, and tested
Yeah.
again.
And when you look at the rankings, the people that did the best this round 1, didn't have Cleary, right?
Yeah.
But this is where it could
Yeah,
really
but
bite you.
it always corrects itself.
That's what
Yes,
I mean.
right.
So the
Yeah,
correction is
it's a
coming.
false economy, mate. You need Cleary.
No matter where you're.
You need one of them. You need one of them.
Yeah.
I always look at it's almost like the rounds 1 and 2 are combined.
Yeah.
Like we've already got a 2-week thing, but really you're looking at your overall score. Maybe just saying my overall score isn't good, but I think you get a much better perspective after that second round.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of teams at the top at the moment that either aren't playing seriously or it might be fun
Yep.
teams, or they might
Some
have
people
missed
missed a
on
jump.
guys.
They missed a jump, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Isaiah Yeo, he could be another captain option if you don't have.
I think,
Cleary.
as I said, I think they alternate each week. I think you can't go wrong either way each week
Yeah.
with those two. I think that he just does so much work, and if he gets a try, you're basically guaranteed a 70.
when you turn to the Roosters, even though they've depleted, right?
Yep.
Injuries, bad health. There's some players standing up. So Connor Watson.
Yep.
I was one that kind of felt a bit when I picked up Tom Stone. I'm like, I don't want to be too overloaded in hooker.
Yeah, but that's mate.
But I mean, the injury helped, right?
Yeah.
First Butcher ruled out, and then Victor Radley, HIA. But geez, he showed his class. That was a good score.
I didn't start with Watson, and I brought him in this
So
week.
he's your trade.
He's my trade-in. I need a backup hooker.
You just need someone you can rely on.
Exactly.
There's no one there
Yeah.
in that. No, unless you're going Harry Grant. And again, we'll get to it, but you won't because you got the bye. But he got a 39.
Yeah, Watson's way up.
And he scored a try.
And they almost scored 60 points, yeah.
So
It's crazy.
what does that tell you?
It tells you should have Watson,
Well,
which is why he's correcting early.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Long and White, they were quite good, but you're not probably jumping on them.
No,
but if you
well-
have them,
Well,
you're happy
Lenny
enough.
is
You're
back
happy
next
enough,
week,
yeah.
right?
But Lenny is back. And then you've got Angus Crichton as well, Longy. Shout out to him because he took Crichton. But
What did he
Sandon
end up getting
I think
last
it was
week?
43.
Yeah, okay.
I think Sandon Smith isn't giving him a lot of ball.
No, well, mate, he was getting run over.
But Smith himself, if you've got him, you were happy with that.
Friend of the show, Marky Mar, he was good.
Yeah, no one going to
I think he's an option as well if you haven't got him.
The only danger is Billy Smith's joined the reserves this week.
Oh, I think he's safe.
Yeah.
I
I think he's safe, yeah.
To quote the great Andrew, he's a goer.
Rob
he's a
Toya safe. He was outstanding.
Well, the question is, do you play him?
Oh, against Penrith, the predictor said 42,
Oh, okay, well, you take that.
but it is Penrith.
Against Penrith, that's
you might
tough.
want to.
So you try and
They're
loop, loop him.
Their back line's almost full strength.
And what do you think of Teddy just longer term? Like, is he a guy that's still going to be fantasy relevant this year? Is he just going to adjust in price a bit?
We'll be doing a lot of work.
I can see massive Danny Glover lethal weapon vibes with him
He'll be
about
back.
5-6 rounds in, where he's just looking up,
Mark
going.
that down.
Yeah, I think he'll be doing a lot of work.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot of work, man.
Saying any chance you blokes could.
Help out.
Yeah.
Dragons and the
Help me.
Rabbitohs.
Help me.
Speaking of a team that needs a little bit of help, it is St George Illawarra Dragons going 0-1.
This is a great game.
So
It is.
Great game.
Old rivals, love it, yep.
Yeah.
Flano will have this team so fired up for
Humming.
this.
Absolutely
Yeah.
humming.
So Toby Couchman, if they didn't have the bye next week, I mean, you've got to at least keep a close eye on him because it could be a round 4 pickup.
Plus, also, too, I just think he's one of the best young players coming through, too.
Yep.
And also, too, they got to find more minutes for Little.
I was about to
Little
say
was
that. I always
crazy.
steal your thunder, but this time you stole
Yeah.
mine.
He's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Little could sit on the bench for a while and reduce in price.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Well,
and then he could suddenly be
we
named
should give
at
ourselves
9.
credit because what ended up happening, Cook went to Cook with them. They had Cook and Little on together.
A little bit, but not as much.
Not
we
as
thought.
much, but I think it's going to be. I think
Little
it's
bit.
going to happen more this week. I guarantee it.
All right, the Souths team we've got to get into in detail because there's a lot of changes which
Yeah.
forced by injury and suspension. So Fletcher Myers is going to play centre. Bailey Benty Harpe will play on the wing.
Yep.
Jamie Humphries remains at halfback, but Dodd is lurking in the reserves, number 19, so not even at the bottom.
Wayne's the best, man. He's the best.
So again, the 3 p.m. That's what
he
we're
knew
looking
exactly
at.
what he was doing when he did that shot.
Giant-
He put it exact the spot where you go, uh-oh.
Yeah, because Sullivan in 14, you'd probably, if all things being equal, you hope as a South fan, you're hoping Dodd really comes and performs well. Of
course.
You
Yeah,
wanted Humphries
he
at
has to.
14, right?
course.
Because he's more versatile.
Of
He's
course.
a big body. He can easily play
Hooker,
in the middle
yep.
or hooker.
Well, it's been quoted. He was ideally being brought there as like a hooker.
Yeah.
Because if you have him, Murray, before injuries, obviously him, Murray, Latrell, Walker,
Yeah.
and Dodd all on the park together. Look what you've got.
Yeah.
You've got ball movement everywhere.
And the reverse, Mamazelos, when you own him in fantasy, you actually don't want him playing too many minutes
Yeah.
because he starts going backwards.
Yeah.
He starts missing
Yeah,
tackles and
100%,
making errors.
100%.
And then he loses
And he was
points.
exhausted at the end. That's why he came up with 75 to go,
He had 40 something tackles and he only got a 30 something.
and he got 5 run meters.
Yeah.
So what did that tell you?
Well,
was
he was
tough.
exhausted. So
Yeah.
you'd rather him only play 50.
Yeah.
He's more chance of getting a better score for you. Lachlan Hubner, are you happy
Yeah,
enough?
Yeah, slow burn, I think. That's just.
I'm gonna stick with it.
Wayne Bennett-
I'm just
Wayne Bennett
I'm
likes
crossing
him,
my
yeah.
fingers and toes. He turns into like a Max Plath type.
Yeah, that's
I
probably
think
that's a good
that's-
shout.
Because no one saw that coming last
That's a
year.
good
Everyone
shout.
went, where's this bloke coming? He's a halfback.
And if you missed him,
Ray Stone.
you could easily...
Yeah, same thing.
Because of those, again, demerits, he didn't go up near as much as he should have. He could play the same amount of minutes this week and get a 55.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jai.
Jai, if
was
Ewan Aitken wasn't
outstanding.
coming back, I'd be recommending him 60 on the
I was going to say
That's good you mentioned that because he's coming back next week. You've got to be careful of that too.
Yeah, and Host has joined the reserves as well. So Arrow may move to middle because Moali and Tola, they kind of went missing.
Yeah.
Right, so maybe Bennett's looking at moving Arrow into that middle.
If there was any game to have your notifications on the app, this is the one to have it on.
So have it on twice. Have it at 3 p.m. on Friday.
I'm telling you, there's going to be something
2 p.m.
sneaky.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
Double
There's
check.
going to be something
and
very
be like
sneaky.
me and have it.
I know,
Put
you guys are
your guy
looking
on
for
your
something
bench.
that's not. I honestly think
Mate,
that Humphries is
Wayne is
I know
the
that,
master.
but like,
Cowboys and the Sharks. So both teams lost in round one, but very different fashions.
Yep.
right?
Another very important game.
Well, Tom Duffy's still at halfback, but Clifford's just moving up the reserves. He's now 18th. Man.
Let's get the awkward part out of the way. What's the most shocking about that team?
Yeah, well, Kai O'Donnell's playing, so Jeremiah Nanai's moved to the reserves. That's the only change.
That's
he's
your
made.
premier back rower there.
it's a state of origin player.
He's
Yeah,
basically
it's
looked
big,
at
it's
it
big,
It's
mate.
huge.
and he said, "I'll give everyone one more chance except you." It's a big call.
Yes, huge. It's huge.
Unless there's changes, but what we can see right now,
He's not injured, is he? He's genuinely just been.
Unless he's carrying a nickel in
carrying
one,
something.
But
we
yeah,
don't
I just
know
don't
about.
like him on that side. I don't know why he was moved.
So Duffy, you're worried a bit because of Clifford in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
background, but his score was good in a losing team. Bit annoying that Drinkwater took over the goal kicking, but again, you can't worry about it too much. He's still making money. Bateman, people that started with him would be happy.
They are laughing.
Yeah.
Because mate, he got the highest score in an absolute blowout, and he basically had no attacking stats at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, I'm expecting a big bounce back. I'm not saying they'll win, but up there, fast track, I think they'll be much better.
What did Purdue owners do?
Not play him again.
Yeah.
Just
So you're
hide him.
not too worried?
Well, of course I'm worried, but what are you going to do with a guy in that price anyway? You've stuck with him now.
What if you started with Robson or Cotter? Because they both only got 30s.
Oh,
Was it just a bad game?
It was a bad game. It was a bad beat. They got jumped.
they just missed the jump, they got jumped on straight, never recovered.
There's not much to talk about with the Sharks, but I feel like AFB could be a sneaky play.
No, play it again. Mullers' take. I like it.
Well, I like the idea of him maybe captaining this week.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
what I mean.
I like
He's a
it.
guy, if you brought him in,
I started with
maybe
him.
not.
I just wanted.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think of it. I think it's a great shout.
wanted to try him.
he's carrying the load.
He doesn't play in the Vegas game. They get pumped.
Well, they were a different team when he was off the field.
They get
Yeah.
absolutely pumped if he doesn't play.
He's become more important than any
It's
other
like the
player in
Warriors
that team.
from the last few years. It's,
Yep.
Mate, he's by far probably the most outside of Haas. He's the most influential
Yep.
prop in the game.
Yep.
yeah. And
He
if for some
is
reason
him.
you started with Hines, you got to sell him.
Yeah, no. Trindle.
For some reason, some players, newer players might.
That dynamic is that Trindle's become the
You
primary
gotta
ball.
sell
He's become the
Hines.
primary playmaker.
Trindle's a
Lose a lot of
half.
money.
Hines is a halfback. There's just different numbers on their back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hines is definitely playing more of a 6 role this year. Raiders v the Broncos. Everyone's on Brisbane. I still think the Raiders are a shot.
This
in
is a super
game.
underrated game here.
Underrated game. So Tamale, if people missed on him,
Got to get him.
Got to get him.
got to
Gotta
get him.
Yep.
Horsburgh, if people missed on him, do you got to get him as well?
I'm not as hot.
Well,
on
we should
Horsburgher.
probably maybe mention the next part.
And
Was,
Zach Hosking.
yeah, but who's
So
starting as on the
Nicholson's
bench?
joined the bench because Tarpanay's out. So obviously Horsburgh, he's already played, was it 60 or 65 minutes?
Yep.
Like with Tarpanay out, I think he can only play more minutes.
Yeah, you think so?
I'm not as hot as you guys are on Horsburgher. I don't know. I don't know why.
But it is cause for concern, that bench though.
I'm not worried.
You sounded like that.
I'm not at all.
No, I'm just saying. But there is. I know people that friend of the show who's trying to trade him in. He'll be very curious about that bench.
Unless-
You'd still do it.
Oh, more so.
So what are you saying minutes wise for Corey?
He'd have to get close to 60.
Okay, if he's getting 60, then yes. But
Because Papali'i would get, 40? Smitty's might get close to 60, and then the rest will just share it out.
Yeah.
Hosking 65.
it's just such a shame Tarpanay's out for this game. Tarpanay versus Haas is always a good matchup.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing.
It would be amazing.
Shibasaki, are people just happy they've got him, and if you don't have him, just let him through?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not going to look at
Victory cigar.
him. Yeah, I'm not going to look at him.
For now. needs to double up here,
Yep.
otherwise it's all for naught. Jack Koszewski, same.
Yep.
Yeah. Can we just talk
then-
about Payne Haas, though?
And then Payne Haas, you talked about AFB, but Haas would also be a nice
mate.
pivot, right?
Yeah.
Could you go Barnett to Haas?
So he's doing the complete
week?
opposite now. So he's playing less minutes,
Yeah, and going
and he's just destroying.
Well, I
people.
messaged Luke before the game, before the Broncos game, like, my God, Haas looks fit.
Yeah, he looks fit.
And yeah,
Got the match.
he's going to carve this
Yeah.
year. And as soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh, wish I picked him up.
Yeah.
And Hetherington's a sell or a hold?
Oh, we'll give it one more. Give it one more. This could be more of a game. Again, they blew Roosters. Like, it wasn't really a Hetherington game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, they just got jumped. Like, as soon as Roosters took that first try, Broncos went, we better turn it on here.
Yeah.
And they never recovered.
Yeah.
So that game actually, I could really see Ricky going, we're going to really just go up them. We're going to try and wear them out as quick as we can.
Stuart v.
So
Match, they're
what-
best of mates.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
what I mean.
So
That's
it
where your
really
Hetheringtons
is
in the world will be like,
Spider-Man.
just non-stop on
Spider-Man,
Horsburgh.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
All right. Sunday, Eels v. the West
Oh,
Tigers.
mate, here we go.
So Jordan Samrani's in, Sean Lane's back, Katoni Kartauga made the bench, but not starting. So, you know.
And Kelmer's not there.
No, well, Kelmer had to be
I
dropped.
know, I'm just saying, a lot of people picked him up.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that
that's a
was
big blow.
I like seeing some of the message boards and listening to some of the podcasts talking about Kilmer. I was shocked.
Well, amazing, because if Moses wasn't injured, Kelmer's popularity would have been threefold.
Yep.
Right? And a lot of people took him out when they heard
Yeah.
Moses
Yeah.
wasn't playing.
Dodged
and now
the
they've
bullet.
dodged the
Yeah.
bullet.
Yeah.
I can't really
Recommend anyone?
recommend anyone. Hopgood Williams, maybe. I mean, he went off. I think it was a HIA, came back on.
Shout out Riley Smith
Riley
too,
Smith
but
played
again,
a lot of
he played a lot of
minutes.
minutes. But I think it was because they were just like Riley was
But he
like,
couldn't get any
get
balls.
you some experience,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah. Welcome to the first.
Mate,
worry for-
he was chasing every intercept they were running. He was the last
Yeah.
bloke chasing.
Good
Yeah.
signs.
Yeah.
And
Ayongi,
West-
obviously, everyone's got Ayongi.
Everyone's
so-
got a Yongi. He bailed himself
There's
out.
not really
There's
much
you can
else
do.
you can
No.
do.
Probably still starting him because you're probably.
But as
like,
a
oh,
footy player, he can hold his head up. He played
this
well.
game he should do.
Who's
better.
in a darker spot, Lomax or Teddy?
Lomax.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
The West Tigers bring back Bula. They've got back Apisai Korosau from suspension, so their team looks a lot stronger.
Yep.
And Stafford Toa comes in. So if you looped in Toya
Yeah.
last week and used Stafford Toa as the person,
You're
well,
laughing.
go buy a lotto ticket. Because I'm telling you, you're winning. And people are asking what to do with Jack Bird.
Well, I've got him, and
Yeah, I got him.
I don't really know what to do with him
Yeah.
because he's at an awkward price.
Yeah.
Probably give him another week.
I think
right?
so, yeah.
Like I feel like that game went against him. He had enough minutes to score well. So
And again, I'm not doing
he
this.
hasn't gone down.
I'm
in
not
price.
doing
Yeah,
this.
that's what I mean.
lost
So,
money.
so
I'm not,
he's
I'm not
hold-
doing this.
holding.
I'm not doing this to rev you up, Paulie. But I feel like this is a massive game for the Tigers.
That's
So,
right.
I think of course it is.
so therefore,
Safath and Bird.
This is their first. This is their first choice
they could
spine,
get
mate.
50s. And May could get. He's
they're-
pretty
but
good
they're-
to get 72.
Yeah.
the only reason I say that is because I think Jack Bird will have to play a lot.
I think they'll be right. I'm predicting a 20-point win.
Whoa!
Heard it here first.
Bulldogs v the Titans. The
That was
final
very
game.
quick and direct too. I've never
Yeah.
seen that before.
You're like,
The Titans' first game, but let's talk about the Bulldogs first.
back at Belmore. Always love this.
Stephen
love this.
Crichton. Some people thought he might go well this year in fantasy, but we've said it often. It's, we can
It's
only
Kieran
say
Foran
it again.
effect. Great player. No good at
Yeah,
fantasy.
that's right. He's a great player.
Just clip that out,
Yeah.
Leaky,
Yeah.
and play it every year because it's the facts.
Yeah.
Reid Marnie is dropping in price quickly.
Yep.
So at some point I might be talking
well,
about him.
no.
You know he comes. No, he only gets down to 500k.
Yeah,
If
but
even
the
That's the point you're going to get then.
The problem with
we'll see.
the problem with Reid is how they defend him because the problem,
Right now, no good.
he flies out of the line to stop the run, but that's
Yeah,
counted as
right-
a missed tackle.
right now, no.
If that wasn't
And then-
counted as a missed tackle, you're all good.
And he
And
might
Jacob.
get simmed in once or twice this
Yeah,
year.
then
Jacob Preston needs those attacking upside, otherwise
Oh, Preston's fine.
he's
Paulie.
fine. But I'm saying he's not going to get those big scores
Oh, I don't disagree.
without the attack.
Oh, okay.
Titans, if you started with Brimson or Campbell, this is why you did it,
You're
right?
laughing.
Because this is your chance. I think some people were asking about Brimson DPP.
Our
Next DPP's round
Our great
6,
friend
so
Bradley
stay
Preston's actually thinking about bringing Brimson in this week.
Yeah, you could do it if you're
Very
if you're
spicy.
stacked. I probably wouldn't because I'd be chasing the guys that are going to make me more money.
I'm keeping an eye on one bloke from the Titans. That's Tino.
So, and
Yep.
the other
'Cause
one
if
is
Tina-
the fact Fafita's been benched
If
because he could drop in price.
If Tino's playing 60 minutes, mate, he's going to get a massive score.
Yeah,
65 predicted for Tino on the
Holy.
predictor.
Yeah, I spoke to him at season launch, and he, again,
Rock
looks...
hard fit.
Oh, mate, I fell in love.
And I feel like he's got an axe to grind.
Yeah,
I
he's
think next
he's
week we'll be
good to
talking
go.
about him as the top 5 trading
He's good to
target.
go.
Yeah.
This will be an interesting game. Counter Kinney as well.
Yep.
There, guys, we've done it. Good show.
So we're either going to get really good Paulie or very bad Paulie by Sunday night.
I'm predicting really good Paulie.
Yeah, I think we'll be. I think
you'll be
we'll be
right.
Yeah.
There's enough encouraging signs, and Luai's there, getting Buller and getting half our spine back.
I say it all the time. I love Buller.
I think
he's a superstar in the making.
I think I would not be surprised this week if someone cracks 1100.
No, I think so too. I think it's going to be some good
1100 is
scores.
going to be cracked this week. I think.
This guy.
Stay tuned for Thursday, right? Because what we're going to do is give our hot takes around play or sit, start or sit, that sort of thing, trade in or hold.
Need those notifications. I'm telling, especially this weekend. There's a lot of guys that could be switched last minute.
Come see us Thursday, 6:30 p.m. on the NRL YouTube channel. All your Q&A. We're going to answer all the questions. If you've missed anything, of course, you can listen back on the podcast. If you're already doing that, join us on YouTube. And even though it's now round 2, the fun has only just begun.
Never too late to join.
That's right.
Never too late to join.
So just go to fantasy.nrl.com and there's a league code for our one as well. So it's pretty good stuff. We'll be back later, as I said. And Andrew, Luke,
Go Tigers.
appreciate it.
Always a
Stay
pleasure.
tuned to nrl.com or the app for all the news and updates throughout the week. Bye for now.